There is much confusion emanating from a familiar source within the administration. National Security Advisor Susan Rice over what exactly one ally has committed to. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry is live tonight with the latest. Good evening, Ed.
Good evening, Bret. The Obama administration continues to insist that Baghdad is not in jeopardy, but there were some major developments that the administration is watching very closely today. Bottom line is that ISIS today seized an Iraqi military base near the town of Hit. This is important because it's a key spot along the main highway to Iraq's capital. This also means the militants are edging closer to taking full control of Anbar province, and they're also making gains inside Syria as well. Fighting intensified again today in the Syrian town of Kobani along the Turkish border, as Kurdish forces stopped an attempted suicide bombing by ISIS before a truck loaded with explosives could reach the center of the city. Amid a growing consensus, the U.S.-led coalition airstrikes alone are not preventing ISIS from gaining ground.
First of all, they're winning and we're not, and the Iraqis are not winning, the Peshmerga, the Kurds are not winning. We're not degrading and ultimately destroying ISIS.
Yet top administration officials like National Security Advisor Susan Rice continue to push a more rosy view of the fighting.
Our air campaign is off to a strong start. We've seen very important successes in places like Mosul Dam, Sinjar Mountain, where we were able to rescue many hundreds of, tens of thousands of civilians at risk. And this is going to take time.
Rice also sparked a tense back and forth with Turkish officials who insisted they had not reached a new agreement allowing the U.S. to use its pivotal Incirlik air base to help launch strikes against ISIS from only about 200 miles outside Kobani. While Rice stressed that Turkey was allowing the U.S. to use its bases and territory to train moderate Syrian rebels, she also hinted there may be more to the deal.
They have said that their facilities inside of Turkey can be used by the coalition forces, American and otherwise, to engage in activities inside of Iraq and Syria. That's a new commitment and one that we very much welcome.
Fox's Greg Palkot is on the ground along the Turkish-Syrian border and did see airstrikes having some impact in at least slowing down ISIS.
The grinding siege of Kobani goes on all day long. We've been seeing and hearing small arms and machine gun fire coming from all across this town. The ISIS terrorists duking it out with the Kurdish defenders. But all day long, too, we've been hearing overhead U.S. jets and seeing airstrikes. The Kurds tell us they are now having an effect. They have turned what looked like an ISIS rout into, at the very least, a deadly standoff.
Yet General Martin Dempsey acknowledged that ISIS is making gains and revealed that U.S. officials were so concerned that the extremists were on the verge of taking over Baghdad's international airport that the U.S. military made the unusual decision to deploy Apache helicopters for close air support last week. Another sign the Iraqi forces may not be able to stand on their own, leading to Dempsey again being asked if it may be more effective at some point for U.S. ground troops to be deployed.
There will be circumstances when the answer to that question will likely be yes, but I haven't encountered one right now.
Susan Rice said no U.S. military commander has asked the president for ground troops, and the president does not believe the mission would benefit from them. But a local Iraqi official today told Bloomberg that the city of Haditha and its critical dam are currently, quote, completely besieged and will fall within days without U.S. help. Bret?
Right back for breaking details. Ed, thank you.